Welcome in. Hello to you all. My goodness. Look at all those bright, smiling, shining faces. The live stream of the Eric Zane Show podcast is brought to you this time around. You'll have to bear with me. I've got a, you ever get a canker sore? I just realized how painful this is with that first salvo of 10 words there. Oh my God. Ugh. This sucks. I haven't spoken all day today. Other than just, I love you, honey. Or give the kids have a good day. Rattling off a series of words, I just realized that I've got this crazy-ass lesion on the underside of my tongue. Oh, that hurts. Yikes. You ever get those damn things, canker sores? That'll knock the wind out of your sails really quick. Whew. Okay, regroup. Where was I? I sound like a character on Fat Albert today. It feels like my tongue's all swollen and stupid. Sheesh. Tag accounting is what I wanted to do. Talk about them. Thank you. These the litany of sponsors, a list of them that make this free podcast possible. First of all, I want to make sure that everybody is here because knowing my luck. All right. Josh already calling me an old man. What the hell is that all about? It's a canker sore. I don't have like I'm not walking around with a limp because I'm old. The hell? All right. Enough complaining. If you want to get your taxes done right and you want to get the most on your return, call upon Tag Accounting. TagCPA.net is their website. Call up the Gittins at 616-301-9516 or send them an email if you want. Troy at TagCPA.net from anywhere in the United States. I am encouraging all listeners of the Eric Zane Show podcast to bang on his door and say, hey, Zane wants you to do my taxes. I trust Zane. Please. It's yours. Do it. You'll get more money back. You won't have any red tape or headaches or, oh my God, am I doing this right? Am I doing this wrong? You want your taxes done by a professional. Tag Accounting, 616-301-9516. We are 2 days away from the next class for CPL training. That would be, of course, Prince Arming. Saturday class for Prince Arming. It's going to set you back $125. If you are in the West Michigan area, maybe even a little further, you can make the trip and check out the latest class. Coming up Saturday, $125. You don't even need to own a weapon. Just show up, take the class, and if you can't make this one, just keep your ears open because I'll be announcing the next class very, very soon for Prince Arming. Online at princearming.com or just click on the Prince Arming logo at ericzaneshow.com. You can also just call up Steve anytime you want and just say hi. He'll pick it up. Hello. He's one of the tallest people I know. He's like 6'8" or something like that. 616-204-1705. All right. We are ready to go again. It is the 18th of February, 2021. The Eric Zane Show podcast begins. Let's see. Where am I going to go? Matt Kuipers. Now.
Hey, this is Matt from Wayland. Is it just me or do all Kevins have small wieners?
What?
Well, maybe it's just the ones that bowl. Anyway, here he is. Eric Zane.
You're just saying that to make fun of my brother-in-law and your brother. That I just got it. What up? Okay, we're off and running on this show. All right, thanks again, folks. I appreciate you being on board with me. This is the daily podcast where I discuss news, nonsense, and my personal adventures. And yeah, that is an on-time start. Now 2 days in a row. Not nearly as cold today. It's 21 degrees warmer this morning than it was yesterday morning. The same time. And right now it's 12. So that's just ridiculous to say it's 21 degrees warmer. I mean, that's a big difference. And it's only 12. Yesterday at this time, it was -9. My God. And then, as you know, yesterday, I started the show. I did it for maybe 10 minutes, and I had to shut it all down because I had an important thing I had to take care of. I told you all about that. Go back and listen to yesterday's show. You'll hear the story behind that. And then out on the roads at this hour is something that is very foreign to me. It's been a long time since I've been really, it's for damn sure a long time since it's been that damn cold and I was out driving. Oh my God. The plumes of steam coming off of everything, out of the sewers, out of all the other cars, is just like hovering. And that cold morning, that was something, man. But here we are back once again on this daily show. Thank you for being part of it. You can get it live each and every morning at about this time in one of several spots. Facebook brought to you by Irvine's Auto Repair, Grand Rapids, Facebook.com/Eric Zane fan page. Okay. On Twitter, I've got a Periscope video brought to you by Blue Frost IT. Please retweet that. Oh, by the way, share the Facebook. If you could share it and give me an angry face, I would appreciate that. On Twitter, retweet it with a smart-ass comment. We're getting some really, really great ones lately. Oh, my God. Let's see. James wrote, retweet of yesterday's show. Hang on a second. This show licks balls, but give it a listen and you might enjoy it. Okay. Tony writes, Zane's voice may have been the unfortunate audible trash that led to Kellen Heller. Wait, Kellen Heller. That's a freaking word scramble. Helen Keller to her muted doom. Kellen Heller. Of course I said Kellen Heller. Jackass. Let's see. JM Synthetics tweets, tune into, quote, the don't plan your day by the start of this podcast, end quote, guaranteed to start sometime between 8 a.m. and 8:30 Eastern time, always sometimes, if the feed even goes live across the platforms. Oh, fuck. Bastards. Sarah Rook-Ruck-Rutch writes, holy crap. This is one day ago. The old fat dude who never gets names right actually started somewhat on time-ish today. Barry, I'm having a horrible time reading today. I'm telling you, it's the canker sore. I can't even concentrate. This very boring, uninformational, celestial chit-chat, yada, yada, something about Mars podcast is available on @castbox_FM. Listen if you need to fall asleep. Oh, my God. Tim writes, Tim Kuiper, the almost always never on time podcast that you will want to miss. Tune in at 8:10. Any earlier, you may get bored and never listen again. Oh, my God. Tony also adds, fueled by a possible identity disorder, he's got it nailed. Listen in. #ZaneBrain. Yeah, I never really took the time to read all these in succession like this. I don't know if I like the idea of this. I'm totally kidding. Have at it, you fucking bastards. All right. YouTube. That's brought to you by F45 in Byron Center, Michigan. Subscribe to me on YouTube. Just search Eric Zane Show. Subscribe to it. Hit the bell notification and then the thumbs up. That's all you do. Okay? That's how we get this show live in the morning. Normally, I'm starting at about this time, but I've already been going for 10, 11 minutes. This is amazing. This is what happens when you start on time. I'm ready today, man. I am ready, despite the stupid canker sore that I keep complaining about. Hang on. Okay. By the way, this hooded sweatshirt that I'm wearing, That says Mid-City Supply Company Incorporated. I think Joe Martinez left this over one of the many times he's been at the house working. I think this is where he picks up his shit to do his job. Kevin Kuipers might even work here. I can't remember if that's the story behind this. You guys all know Kevin Kuipers, don't you?
Are we going to be buying another third beer?
Fuck off, I'm hammered.
Fuck off, I'm hammered.
Fuck off, I'm hammered.
Fuck off, I'm hammered.
I need to go to bed.
I need to go to bed.
Y'all gonna make fun of me when I get fucked up on the Zaniac Zoom.
Y'all want to make fun of me when I get fucked up in the Zaniac Zoom.
I got into a war yesterday with that pain in the dick, Nick, Patriot Nick. Oh my God. What a bunch of bitch assholes on Zaniacs United last night. They're all like bleeding hearting it over that MMA chick who got beat up by Fallon Fox. And they're like, oh, she was tortured. Oh, it was so terrible. Oh my God. So yeah, she knew who she was getting in the ring with, idiot. She didn't have to take the fight. And then Patriot Nick's stupid take on this was, well, come on, you know the game. She had to take that fight. If she didn't take that fight, she would have been labeled like a transphobe or whatever the hell the term is. She would have been anti-trans, and she would have like, no, she wouldn't, you fucking idiot. She would have just said, yeah, I'm not going to take it because the strength level on that opponent is much greater than mine, and I don't think it's a fair fight. That's all you'd have to say. Nick's sitting there making up these dumb scenarios. Nick is the king of the what-if game. Him and Kenny. Yeah, what if it was your daughter? Hey, man, what if that was your daughter in the ring? What the fuck? What if that was my daughter in the ring? I'd say, hey, you stupid ass. Nice career choice, idiot. Way to go fighting that guy. Come on. What is wrong with you guys? Nice takes on this whole thing. And then Patriot Nick is like, he goes rat-a-tat-tat, and he like he plagiarizes all these stupid links about, so-and-so's opinion on this. And he's like, and he sends them to me, and I just delete whatever. Him and Craig are the same way. These jackasses sit there, and they're like, oh, yeah, you obviously aren't seeing my point of view, so I'll just go rip off someone else's opinion. Maybe I'll be able to talk some sense into you. Yeah, whatever. Come on, you bunch of idiots. Screw you guys. I'll whip all your asses. Line them up outside of the ring. I'll fight you myself. Not really. I'm not going to fight anybody. I can't even get over a canker sore. Holy shit. Okay. So anyway, you can also get this podcast pre-recorded audio. I take everything I say, post it on the platform, and then it shows up on Apple Podcasts, CastBox, and then you fuckers make fun of me, and Audio Boom, Spotify. I'm on all of them. All right, there you go. Okay, it is a busy, busy day. Don't look at the comments. Don't look at the comments. Face it, Eric. You're wrong again on this subject, man. Silly emoji to accentuate my point. Oh, man. Right, sure. In your eyes, I am. Jose says they spit truth, Zane. There isn't one person who agrees with me on this take. Not one of you is coming to the right side of this opinion, and that is mine. Dirk here, all wound up again after I just kicked his ass. Tyler says, damn it, I love those clips of Kevin. Joe says, no, I don't buy much from that place, but this is your sweatshirt, Joe. All right. Okay. Thanks to all of you for being here. I appreciate you. Trevor says, Eric's not fat. Well, it's all relative. I mean, I'm not scooter fat, but trust me, there's more fat on me right now than there has been in a long, long time. Don't make me show you my belly. Okay? More on that in a second. somebody at Citibank, big, gigantic Citibank, had a fat finger moment, like an accounting error, like somebody did something dumb that is costing them big money. Wait till you hear this. My God. More importantly, today's a huge day, and some of you people are going to be like, oh, God, he's doing it again. Oh, no. But today is the day that we land on Mars. The Perseverance rover this afternoon is going to land on Mars. I think it's in the late stages of the 3 o'clock hour. I am stoked. We can watch it as it happens. My God. A mayor in Texas. Damn it, I don't know what my problem is with this throat. A mayor in Texas is going to win an award. I think you know what the award is. Wait until you hear what this jackass said. This has to do with, in Texas, there had been a massive rupture in the power supply. Well over 1 million people were without power in Texas. It's real ugly, and a lot of it is being traced back to the fact that they are the only state that doesn't answer. They're not like hooked into the national power grid, and because of that, there's various checks and balances and shortcuts that they can take that would save this company that regulates the power there. They can take to save money. So, warm weather Texas, why would we worry ever about anything that could, they worry about it in Oklahoma and the surrounding states. So I don't know why you wouldn't, just in case. And so they are just, there's a lot of finger pointing and a lot of blame, and investigations are being opened up. People have died because what happens is you mix in everybody's freezing because they don't have any power with people trying to get warm by any means necessary. So there have been a few instances of carbon monoxide poisoning because of various ways that they're trying to stay warm, and people are actually dying. It's really, really screwed up. My God. And then, so this mayor is, oh my God, I can't believe this guy did this. His name is Tim Boyd. When I say mayor, I have to change the terminology. When I'm talking about him in the story at some point, you'll figure that out. I've got an email of the day from Candy Crush Linda, who is, there's two people that listen to the show that I think are the greatest Candy Crush players that are in existence. Sexy Voice Andrea and Candy Crush Linda. Candy Crush Linda is at the end of the game. Now, I'm on level 2,000. I still play this game. I love this game. It's my thing to do. Just before I start the baseball game, when I'm getting ready to fall asleep and throw another perfect game, unless if Madison wakes me up, I play Candy Crush every single night. Okay? And then I often see, it keeps track of the people that you know and how they are doing during the week. And I'm having a good week if I get through 10 levels Candy Crush. Okay. And I see in the standings, usually 1 and 2 are Linda or Andrea in first, and then the other one in second. And then I see 50 levels, 70 levels. I'm like, how do these people do this? My God, they're so dominant at this game. So I found out that Candy Crush Linda is actually at the end of the game, and that there's some nerd making new levels and then presents it to her 3 a week so that she doesn't sit there and get to the very, very end of it. She's at the end of the damn game. They're working on levels, and then they send them to her, and then she gets them done. Oh yeah, send me some more. What? Excuse me. Okay. Hang on. Boy, I'm an absolute mess physically today. Hang on. Oh. All right. yesterday, Ash Wednesday is in the books. Your old Catholic friend Eric, a number one sinner. This is the 40 days where you repent. From ash we began, ash we will finish. They're going to put the cross on your head, the ashes. But no, this year, different. This order came from the top, the big boss, the Pope. He said, okay, when it comes to distributing the ashes, the parishes, the diocese has the option of avoiding the touching. You know, some people don't like that during the pandemic here. So what are they going to do? The people dispensing the ashes, distributing them to people. They take a pinch of the ashes. At our parish, we had one person and Father Colin. And then they hold them over your head and they sprinkle the ashes right on your head. That's what they do. A little bit different. Okay. Boom. Done. I actually had a role in this. This is what I was asked to do. The parish administrator, her name is Rhonda. She calls me up. She goes, okay, we're going to have an overflow crowd for Ash Wednesday. We can only have a certain number of people in the actual church. Okay. And the overflow is going to be in the other room, like a couple rooms over. And then we're going to have a big screen TV and then hook into like Facebook. Because this church, actually, when the pandemic was just getting started, they started to do the mass on Facebook Live. And they actually called me. They go, you do this every day. How do we get this hooked up? I go, oh, it's a piece of cake. This device right here called the iRig. It's a $30 part. You can just hook this thing right up to your phone or iPad. And you have microphone quality. You can just hook the other end of that right into your headphone jack of your control board, and boom, you're in business. Oh, my God, it's that simple. I go, yeah, well, we were going to spend like thousands of dollars. I go, nah, screw that. No. This is how you do it. And they've done it ever since. So they go, all right, we're going to have a crew watching the mass in the other room. Can you sit right in the front and be in charge of Facebook? I go, yeah. What do you want me to do? Well, you got to move the camera, like whoever's talking, like when the priest is talking, camera's on him, the iPad, and then it's on a tripod. And then, whatever, if the cantor is singing the psalm, you turn the camera on the cantor. Okay, great. No big deal. So I've got like huge responsibility. You'd have thought I'd been there on time. Imagine that, me not being on time. So we're pulling up at in the parish parking lot, and then I look at my watch. I go, oh shit, this is not good. And then you ever walk up to a group of people, and let's say there's like 15, 20 people in there, and everybody's standing still, and there's one kind of moving around like a pinball. Well, that was Rhonda. She's the one, and she's like freaking out where I'm at and she didn't know that I walked in. So I walk in, it's Father Connor. Hey, Father, how are you? And he goes, Rhonda. And she turns around, she goes, he's here. So you know that they were like sweating it. And she goes, oh, Eric, I was getting nervous. I go, Rhonda, I'm so sorry. So, hey, Father Colin, have a good one. Okay, smell you later, break a leg. And then off I go. So what you have to do, though, is it's facing the altar, the camera. There's Father Colin, and then I turn the camera, and then when it comes time for the distribution of the ashes, I got to move the tripod facing the congregation so that the people watching at home and in the other room can see the action, I mean, it's just something different rather than just it's staring at a wall. So it's my job to do that. I've got to do that, and then I got to move it back, and then when it's time for communion, I got to move it back again to the spot where it was for the ashes distribution, and then that's it. Okay, great. So then just as we're getting ready to start mass, though, I go live, see people start populating it. And, It's like twice as many as would watch this at any given time. I was like jealous of the numbers that they're getting. I'm like, shit. I should weigh in with, hey, why don't you watch the Eric Zane Show podcast? He's going to talk about this tomorrow on his show. Can you imagine that? And so all these folks are populating it. And then Rhonda says, I'm going to go in the other room, make sure it's working. And I go, okay, great. So then she never comes back. So then Mass is getting started, and I'm assuming everything's great because she didn't come back. Well, Mass ends, okay? And then I'm walking out. I go, hey, how did it go? How did I do? She goes, oh, we couldn't get Facebook in the other room. So, And I'm like, what? She goes, yeah, it wasn't your fault, though. It was just because we didn't have any, for some reason, Facebook wasn't working. I don't know, it was a dead spot for the Wi-Fi. I have no idea. Damn it. You need to get like a mesh router or something like that. Call Blue Frost IT. They'll help you out with that. That's what I should do. I should bang on the church's door to say, hey, because I'm always like trying to get people to check out Blue Frost IT as like an extension of the sponsorship. I'm always like, hey, you should call on these people. Tell them I sent you. The church would work. They got tons of dough. All right. But when it comes to Lent, okay, and this is a perfect opportunity to lose weight, okay? And the diet bet, I am now, remember I told you I'm spotting you a week? Well, now I think it's kind of like, because on Monday of this week, on Tuesday, I talked about how I was going to refocus and that I had already given up more than 1 week of the diet bet, and I've actually gained weight. I'm actually 3 pounds heavier now than when I started the damn thing. Tuesday during the day was good. Tuesday night, not good, because we had the fried chicken and the mashed potatoes that I bragged about. Okay? Now, kind of my fault, but not really, because I didn't know I just thought I was going to graze, maybe have some, I don't know, a piece of fish and a salad or something like that on the Tuesday night. But Diana calls me up. She goes, I want fried chicken. You put it in my belly. Fried chicken and mashed potatoes. I'm like, oh, shit. Well, now I'm going to make this. And I can't, like, not eat it. I can't just, like, stare at her watching her eat all this freaking food. So I got to, all right. I mean, I guess I could have, but I didn't. So I pigged out Tuesday night. That's not good. Wednesday, Lent has begun. I've given up sweets again and sugary things, sugar cereal, candy. That's all gone. That is my Lenten commitment. I have maintained that. It's been 1 day. But at the same time, on Ash Wednesday, that to start Lent, what you're supposed to do, excuse me, is fast. And when I say fast, what they mean is no snacking in between meals. And if you do eat, you eat sensibly. You eat a bit. You eat a small, you don't pig out. You don't go crazy, okay? And no meat. Nothing. Not a bit. All right, I got that covered. I didn't eat any meat. We're good. Where I got off the rails, though, is... Hang on. Body betraying me. Where I got off the rails, though, is I said, well, I want some fish. I want to eat fish for dinner. And this just doesn't line up, because one of the greatest things that exists today in the world is a filet of fish sandwich from McDonald's. And it's absolute shit, okay? It's they say it's Alaskan pollock, but I don't know if I believe that. I don't care what it is. I don't care if it's drywall. It tastes so damn good. And it's these frozen fish patties, and they just fry that thing. They put a little piece of cheese on it, squirt this amazing tartar sauce. The bun is shiny when you take it out of the container, and it's just soft and warm and incredible. And Diana likes it with an extra squirt of tartar sauce. So I got to get hers with extra tartar, and then it's just, she actually takes her fries and dips it on the side of the sandwich. Fries with tartar sauce. All right, okay. Sounds good. So I go, hey, I think I want to go get some fish so I can fry some fish. She goes, just go to McDonald's. I go, okay, sounds good. You're not going to twist my arm. I'll do it. You don't have to twist my arm. So I go to the NFK. I go, NFK, I'm going to McDonald's. Now, I haven't eaten at McDonald's, any McDonald's food in probably 6 months. I probably do this twice a year. I go, hey, man, filet of fish time, Ash Wednesday. Let's celebrate. You're not supposed to celebrate. It's supposed to be a fast. You're not supposed to pig out. If I were to have, I don't know, one filet of fish and nothing else, that I think would be acceptable here. Okay? But what I did is not. I spent $33 for 3 people at McDonald's. Diana got a meal. I got the NFK and I each got 2 sandwiches, the fries, the drink. That is not fasting. That's gorging. That is the opposite of fasting. And oh, by the way, I've lost another day on the diet bet. So we have, until early March for this. And all of you other competitors on the diet bet are like, yes, he's an asshole again. He has screwed this up yet again. Okay, back to the drawing board today. Stand by. Oh, my God. I'm telling you, something's wrong today. Just don't feel good physically. I feel good mentally. Hang on. I need a drink. I just found out that the Grand Rapids Griffins apparently will be having fans, for those of you that live in West Michigan, for the games in March. If I'm not mistaken. Hold on a second. Make sure I get this right. Randy Cleves. Yeah, they're going to sell tickets for March, but what they're doing is they're opening up the tickets to fans who are season ticket holders. And after those sell, and if there's still any left over, then they will open it up to the general public. So that is interesting. So, and I obviously it's not a full stadium. There'll be social distancing and guidelines in place, but that just hit yesterday. Very interesting. I am nervous as all get out for the Saturday event. I will be on TV in West Michigan, Battle Creek, Kalamazoo, Grand Rapids, on the WXSP. I will be part of the Griffins broadcast on television. The game with Larry Figursky and Lou Rabot as Bob Kaiser recovers from open heart surgery to block 5 arteries, to free up 5 blocked arteries in his heart. I am the intermission host. Okay, so all I can tell you is, well, today's dress rehearsal. So we're kind of just figuring out what we're doing right now. So this is going to be one of those things where it's just going to be, all right, you're on, and good luck. Now I have support. It isn't like they're just going to throw me out there and say, yeah, go be entertaining. But this is a little bit different than Facebook. It all starts on the Griffins Facebook page. Okay. Before we go on TV, sometime after 3:30, their Facebook page will go live for the pregame. That's me. I'm on. That leads us up to near the start of the game. The game starts at 4 p.m. That's a different start time. So just before the top of the hour is when I think we will be going live. And then we're off and running. I'll do the intro on TV. We'll go to commercial. Come back with Larry and Lou doing their thing. And then before too long, they throw it to the PA announcer, which John Hoffa is doing that job this year while I do this. And then, we play hockey. And then intermission, I'm on again. That happens twice, and then we're done. I'm nervous. I'm really nervous. We're getting close. It happens Saturday at 4 p.m. All right, one more story about the Ash Wednesday thing. There was controversy because Diana and I are sitting right in the front. Got our masks on, and the distribution of the ashes happens, no problem. Everything's good. And it's communion time. So I get communion, sit back down, and then people are walking by me. I'm seated right on the end. And then right away, after I sit down, I'm like, and I look at Diana, and she doesn't look suspicious. And it seems like I always smell fart before her, and sometimes she doesn't smell fart at all. Now, I have two masks on. I have a KN95 mask on, and I have a cloth mask over it because, I'm smart, unlike Dirk. And but I can smell the fart. The fart is getting in. And I don't know who did it. So right away, I'm looking at who's walking by and the amount of movement, it getting caught in the jet stream and gracing my nose. And I go, did you fart? I got the mask on. Did you fart? What? You fart. Somebody shit their pants. She's like, no, I didn't fart. No, somebody just farted. Some sick bastard walking down the aisle, floated an air biscuit and is crop dusting me right now. What kind of sick son of a bitch Ash Wednesday Mass is walking down the aisle and crop dusting the congregation with their bowels? Who would have the nerve to do that? Now, sometimes you get the old folks walking through, and sometimes they can't control it. I know my mother, God rest her, her eternal soul, was known to do that, and she had developed a real knack for that. And it seemed like, I don't know, it was almost like she was oblivious to it, because with every step, you would hear it, and it would be these really bad sounding farts. I mean, there was no tone to them whatsoever. They were just floppy and moist. It was terrible with every step. And you're just looking at her, and she's like, and she would do it while she's talking. So it's going, and she's like, hey, would you like some tea? Would you like tea? Mom, what are you doing? What? Right in Mass. The Open of the Eric Zane Show podcast in all of its glory is brought to you by several key sponsors. But first, let me remind you that if you have a business, either you are the woman or you're working for the woman, or you are the man or you're working for the man, remember the Eric Zane Show podcast can help you get your business discovered by being one of the signs in the studio. I'm talking about these businesses, and I'm on the Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. I've got the audio podcast, and I reach thousands of people each and every week at a fraction of the cost of radio. Radio's rates keep going up, and their overall, what's called CUM, keeps going down. If you're ever cornered by a radio person trying to sell your advertising, say this: can you show me CUM numbers 5 years ago to now? And they're going to go, what? First of all, they're not really going to know what that is, because the radio salespeople don't even have any idea what the hell they're doing. Yeah, show me your CUM 5 years ago to now every quarter. So you would then be getting 20 different sets of CUM numbers. And they're going to be like, yeah, the CUM is a total number of people listening. And you're going to see what was one number decrease by like 60%. Okay? Nobody listens to the radio anymore. Forget it. It's over. People now get their content in other forms like this, except I'm not going to charge you like a radio station. I'm going to charge you like a podcast, about 1/10 of the cost. Just like A&E Heating and Cooling. Man, Joe, he's had so much success because of you all reaching out to him that his business has grown exponentially. He went so far as to get another vehicle on the road and another service team because of the relationship with the podcast. It's awesome. It's worked out perfectly. It's exactly what we planned. Thank you to Joe Martinez from A&E Heating and Cooling. You can reach out to him anytime you need him for any type of service work on the furnace setup. And before long, we'll be tuning up air conditioners. My gosh, hard to believe, but it's coming. 616-516-8579. He's also installing the Remy Halo, which we've talked about many times, the Remy Halo device. In fact, one of the sales reps from the Remy Halo team, Phil Shapansky, I told him, hey, I need you on the show. I need you to tell people what you're selling so you can put an even finer point on that so we can help move more of those. I want more people in their homes having the Remy Halo. It's a $650 device you install into your furnace. Joe does it. Takes him about 45 minutes. Easy peasy. And then the air in your home is unbelievably clean. No more allergens, no more COVID flying through. No, I'm serious about that. The restaurant industry is using this product too, so that they can keep their customers safe. No bacteria, no pollen, no allergens, no pet dander, all destroyed by the Remy Halo. The average Joes get it for $750 when they call Joe Martinez, but if you mention me, you get it for $650. And if you call any of the other heating and cooling specialists in West Michigan, this is a $1,000 install, not Joe. Thank you, Joe Martinez, 616-516-8579. I got a car dealership in town that I work with. It is Sarah Honda Granville, the #1 Honda volume dealer in the state of Michigan. Check them out online at sarahhondagranville.com or go in person. They are along Kennewa in Granville, right on the edge of Kent and Ottawa County. Right there, Kennewa Avenue, next to the Cracker Barrel and their controversial sign. Did you hear that stupidity last week? Right next to the Cracker Barrel, near 44th Street. Across from the Burger King. Can't miss it. They got brand new cars there. They got certified pre-owned. They got used cars. They got budget cars, whatever you want. Honda's the friggin' best. They run forever. This is what you do. You get a Honda vehicle. Let's say you finance it, okay? You finance that thing for however long. You pay it off, and then you drive it for for like 10 more years. Trade it in when it's got 500,000 miles on it. My God, amazing cars. Don't look at the comments. Don't look at the comments. Joe Martinez says 30 games this year, 15 at home. I know. I hope to see you there, buddy. Let's see. Trevor says, I bet the NFK can't be bothered to go to church service. I think Trevor actually wants to fight the NFK. I don't know why that is. Mike with the joke, the fart. That's why they call them pews. Jose says, wearing 2 masks is just idiotic, especially if one is an N95. Oh, really? Yeah. Who am I going to trust? Dr. Fauci, who knows everything about this, who's absolutely awesome, or Jose, the listener of this podcast? What should I do? Tyler says, quote, thanks for joining us, Griffins fans. I'm your host, Eric Zane. Sorry I'm not handsome. Okay. Josh says, so what are the chances the general public get tickets? Probably a little slim. Reach out, griffinshockey.com. Check that out. And you can see for yourself. So the season ticket holders first. 4 is the limit. March and April games, according to Joe. Lower bowl, center ice, no concessions as of now. Shit, just watch me on TV. All right. Jesse getting in late. Trevor says, no, I love the NFK. Makes for incredible content. He's been laying low, the NFK, lately. Haven't had a real big NFK story in quite some time. You can't force that shit. You got to take it easy. You got to ease your way into the NFK stories. Okay, let's get into the story about this mayor of Texas, a mayor from Texas. I think it's The community is, what are they, Colorado something or other? Colorado City, Texas is the name of the community. The mayor of Colorado City, Texas, his name is Tim Boyd. I should say former mayor of Colorado City, Texas. Boy, I don't know who pissed in this guy's cornflakes. Apparently, people were banging on the door of the city. You know, that's what people do when all hell breaks loose and there's a problem in the infrastructure. All people want to do is bitch. I was talking with a friend of mine who works at one of the health departments. Stand by. And he's kind of higher up, and he has to handle angry calls. And in Michigan here, we don't have, just like every other state, we don't have enough vaccine. So there's like thousands of people that are waiting in this one county. And my buddy gets a phone call from a guy, and he says, yeah, I'm over 65 years old. When do I get my vaccine? And dude says, well, there's a backlog. We're getting them out as quickly as we can. But though you're 65, I can't tell you when you're going to get it. And the guy said, well, what if I come down there with my long gun? Like he actually said that. And dude goes, well, okay, I have to transfer you now to the sheriff. And he did. He gave the guy's phone number and his name to the sheriff. And the sheriff called him and said, did you just threaten somebody? And the guy goes, no, I didn't say that. So now he's lying. My point is, that's what people do when they don't get their way, when they think that shit should happen. They get pissed off, and you got to deal with that. Now, I don't think anybody in this in Colorado City, Texas, was doing that or going that far. But they've been having trouble there because there is no power. People are freezing. It's cold as hell. I mean, these incredible images of pipes bursting, people sealing fans have like ice hanging off of them. Oh, it's just an absolute shit show. So this mayor was getting fed up with people, and this is what he wrote on Facebook. Let me hurt some feelings while I have a minute. This is the mayor. No one owes you, he says, no one owes you or your family anything. No one owes you or your family anything. Nor is it the local government's responsibility to support you during times like this. No, it is. It is. To some degree, it is, isn't it? I mean, what are you there for? Then what the fuck is your job? Sink or swim. It's your choice, this asshole wrote. The city and county, along with power providers or any service, owes you nothing, all caps. I'm sick and tired of people looking for a damn handout. If you don't have electricity, you step up and come up with a game plan to keep your family warm and safe. If you have no water, you deal without and think outside of the box to survive and supply water to your family. If you are sitting at home in the cold because you have no power and are sitting there waiting for someone to come rescue you because he wants to write you are, but he wrote your, because you're lazy is direct result of your raising or upbringing. So only the strong will survive and the weak will perish. But perish is not P-E-R-I-S-H. It's perish like church. Folks, God has he actually said only the strong will survive and the weak will perish. Folks, God has given us the tools to support ourselves in times like this. This is sadly a product of a socialist government where they feed people to believe that the few will work and others will become dependent for handouts. Oh, he's letting it all out here. Oh, my God. Am I sorry that you have been dealing without electricity and water? He should write no. Yes, he says, but I'll be damned if I'm going to provide for anyone that is capable of doing it themselves. We have lost sight of those in need and those that take advantage of the system and meshed them into one group. Bottom line, quit crying and looking for a handout. Get off your ass and take care of your own family. Another bottom line, don't be a part of problem. Be a part of the solution, he wrote. Oh, my God. Whew. It's a little heavy-handed. Okay, now, I'm going to look at the comments on this podcast. Odds on any of the Zaniacs saying, I agree with him. I don't want to make any bold predictions because that might piss somebody off. But will there be any comments that suggest that a Zaniac member agrees with this guy? Oh, there's one. I don't know if there is. No, I don't think there is. I take that back. I guess I just read that wrong. I'm seeing. Well, that's good. I don't have anything terrible being said. That's awesome. It makes me very happy. Dean says, yeah, well, then don't collect 30% of my taxes then, asshole. Kate says, where's my long gun? Tyler says, yikes, how do people like him get elected? Kenny says the only ones that agree with him also think it's okay for a man to bash a woman's skull in. Oh, Kenny is not letting that go. He is not letting that go. It is not what we're talking about here. You got to let it go. Oh, of course you're not letting it go. You're the guy who unfriends people on Facebook and then continues to be like stubborn about it. I get it. Yeah. Josh says to some extent, I think do you agree with him? You agree with him? Really? You agree with that take? You agree with that? Jose says the guy is right. Oh, you guys are full of shit, you dummies. How could you possibly say that? Well, he resigned. Texas mayor has resigned after seemingly telling residents to fend for themselves in a Facebook post. As then mayor of Colorado City, Tim Boyd wrote an insensitive message for people desperate for heat, water, and power, saying, only the strong will survive and the weak will perish. I think that's if there was any way to get around this, I think it was dismissed when he dropped the only the strong will survive and the weak will perish. What an asshole. My God. The post was deleted, but the internet's written in ink. But circulated widely on social media, Boyd received intense backlash for the remarks and later announced he quit his office in another Facebook message. He says, I would never want to hurt the elderly or anyone that is in true need of help to be left to fend for themselves. Well, yeah, Jesus, dude, you said it. I was only making the statement that those folks that are too lazy to get up and fend for themselves, you don't want this guy being a mayor anyway, because if he's this hot-headed, he flies off the handle and just lets it all out on Facebook like that. Come on, what a jackass. Boyd said his wife was fired after his comments and that he wasn't speaking as an official of Colorado City or the county where it sits. Well, that doesn't apply. It doesn't matter if you put it on your Facebook post. It's still on your personal one. It's still you, jackass. That doesn't change anything. At least as of this writing, it was 17 people dead and millions without power. My God. All right, so there you go. That is an award being handed out. Congratulations to Tim Boyd. You have won Asshole of the Day with, honorable mention, H.M. Kenny for that bullshit crack at the end there. You've earned that. Oh, there you go. There's your asshole of the day. Still no sponsor on the asshole of the day. Shocking. Okay. I'm on Cameo, cameo.com/Eric Zane. I want you to check me out there. I prefer you use the Cameo app. If you use like Apple, Apple's freaking gouges. Cameo takes 25%. And then what do you call it? Apple takes another 25%. So I'm down to I don't charge that much to begin with. $15.99 on Cameo. Do it on the Cameo app, cameo.com/Eric Zane as well. And have me do a personal shout out for you. More on that in a second. That's part of our email of the day. Thank you to F45 in Byron Center, Michigan. Online at f45training.com/Byron Center. Workout with this awesome group. Zero COVID, zero contact tracing. They're on a roll there, and they got it figured out. You walk in, take off your coat, you go to your tile, your designated area. With all of the equipment around you, you're in tile number 5. You look at big screen number 5. There's the animation doing the workout as to what you're supposed to do. Go. You work out, do your thing. Stop. Rest for 10 seconds. Go. Do it again. Pick up another weight. It's all there. Plus, there's people roaming around, giving you personal instruction if you're not doing it right. It's really, really great. And if you're in Byron Center, Michigan, f45training.com/Byron Center. 1 week free when you sign up. Thank you. In fact, I shouldn't say when you sign up. You try 1 week free and then decide if you're going to sign up. Great setup there. While I'm at it, if you're anywhere in the USA, and all of you are, and you need a mortgage, reach out to the Mario Flores Lakeshore team of Van Dyke Mortgage. So I don't care where you are, just make that call, 231-332-6505. 231-332-6505. Get the mortgage before you start looking for the home. Yes, he can service you state to state. Easy. He's done it before, and he's made a number of Zane Show podcast listeners very happy by getting them pre-approved for their mortgage. Now, if you have excellent credit, this is going to be a piece of cake. Easy. You're going to get the lowest rate possible. If you're a challenge, bad credit, bankruptcy, divorce, and you're like not good with money, whatever. That doesn't mean you can't get a mortgage. It's just going to be a little bit more work. You won't get the best rate. You won't get the 2%, but you're going to get a mortgage, and you're going to be paying on your own home. And then after a couple of years of on-time payments, redo the damn thing at a lower rate. Save yourself more money. Mario will help you with everything. 231-332-6505. Okay. Hang on. It's getting warm in here. Yesterday, I had that heater on high the whole show and was still freezing my ass off. Oh. By the way, I'm going to end the show with not exactly a repeat performance. I'm going to do it again. I'm going to talk about Rush Limbaugh. His passing warrants attention on the free podcast. I talked about it at length on the Patreon yesterday, but I'm going to talk about it again because it's a huge story. And I definitely want to talk about it. How to navigate Rush Limbaugh. You got a guy there who, wow, I mean, quite literally loved or hated. Right now, there are people, part of the day is to say something shitty about Rush Limbaugh on social media. The guy's dead, and they're just letting him have it. And then there's other people saying, oh, my God, he's the greatest person in the world. Of course, I fall somewhere in the middle. We'll talk about that. I cannot imagine how much trouble somebody is in at Citibank over this. Citibank is working with the makeup company Revlon. And so you have Revlon, Citibank, and other creditors who Revlon has taken loans from. Revlon finances these loans for years through Citibank. And then these people who gave them the money. So you got multiple entities here. Citibank is in charge of Revlon paying the debt back to their creditors. The money that they financed was to be paid back over many, many years. Millions, hundreds of millions of dollars. Somehow, Citibank sent the wrong figure to the creditors. And the creditors are like, well, wait a minute. Did Revlon have a really great year? And are they paying this all back at once? All right, sounds good to me. Because they did owe them the money. But the terms of the negotiation to pay it back required that they didn't have to pay it all back in one lump sum. So Revlon's working with Citibank, and then Citibank one day does, okay, it's time to pay the bills. Enter. And all of a sudden, hundreds of millions of dollars are sent. $900 million was sent. That was not supposed to be sent. So if you're Citibank, you find out about this. You're like, hey, we sent you too much. Can we get that back? And then we'll just continue on our day. No big deal. Well, this ended up having to be in front of a U.S. district court for some reason. And the judge said, no, they don't have to pay it back. Now, I don't know how the fuck this happened, and I don't know why it is this way. I mean, but that's exactly, it was supposed to be an $8 million interest payment to Revlon's lenders. Instead, they wired almost 100 times the amount, including a $175 million sum to a hedge fund. In all, they accidentally sent $900 million. My gosh. Some of the lenders did return the money, but others did not. Citibank filed a lawsuit some time ago seeking the return, but it still has not received $500 million from 10 investment advisory firms after the accidental transfer. How can the advisory firms justify not giving it back? I mean, and how is it that the U.S. Circuit Court judge says, nope, they're allowed to keep it? I mean, how often do we as like private citizens have we heard stories about when your bank accidentally gives you $100 and then you spend it or the person spends it and then all of a sudden like the freaking SWAT team shows up and they arrest the guy? I mean, how is this happening that they're allowed to keep that money? The law usually punishes those who spend money accidentally, and that's what they're talking about here in this article, CNN Business, who accidentally spend money accidentally deposited in their accounts. Accidental transfers are common in the digital age, and wires can be paid back instantly. A Pennsylvania couple faced felony charges after doing just this. But New York law has exceptions to this rule known as the discharge for value defense. If the beneficiary is entitled to the money and did not know it was accidentally wired, they can keep it. Oh my God. Revlon lenders said they believe Citibank was wiring the prepayments and not just making the interest payment. Oh my God. After all, the money accidentally wired was the exact amount to the penny that Citibank owed them. So how would you like to be it's got to be one guy, right, who does this at Citibank? And I mean, it's crazy to think that a place like a business, the bank, can kind of shrug off this amount of money, and they're still solvent. Gives you an idea how much money flows through an entity like that. We are extremely pleased with Judge Furman's thoughtful, thorough, and detailed decision, said Benjamin Firestone, who represented the two lenders, Brigade and HBS Investment Partners. My God, man. That's remarkable. They can just give them all that money, and then the investors said, "Oh, you paid it off early. It's ours now. We're not giving it back." Well, I mean, you agreed to the term in the first place. I kind of want to side with Citibank here. How can this possibly be a thing? The court ruled the lenders were justified in believing the payment was intentional. Citibank itself did not realize the magnitude of its mistake until nearly a day later. To believe that Citibank, one of the most sophisticated financial institutions in the world, had made a mistake that had never happened before to the tune of nearly $1 billion would have been borderline irrational, the court document said. The judge's ruling used internal chats between HPS employees, which is the lenders, as further proof that the creditors had no idea the wiring was a mistake until after Citibank sent notices. In the chat, which was dated a day after the mistake in wiring, HPS employees joked about the error. Quote, I feel really bad for the person that fat-fingered a $900 million erroneous payment. Not a great career move. Person number 2, certainly looks like they'll be looking for new people for their ops team. Person 1, how was work today, honey? It was okay, except I accidentally sent $900 million out to people who weren't supposed to have it. So these are the people who received the money laughing in the face of the people that sent it. Person 1, downside of working from home. Maybe the dog hit the keyboard. My God. The lenders cannot take the money and run since an appeal is possibility. The lenders cannot take the money and run since an appeal is a possibility. A temporary restraining order is still in effect. We strongly disagree with the decision and intend to appeal. We believe that we are entitled to the funds and will continue to pursue a complete recovery of them, Citigroup said in a statement. Meanwhile, Revlon, that's who took the loans, and they worked with Citibank to get them and were supposed to pay them back. The pandemic has hurt makeup brands like Revlon, shares of which are trading more than 40% lower from a year ago. I wonder if that's hurt Revlon. The pandemic has hurt because women are like, well, I'm not going out. I'm not buying any makeup. Screw that. I think Diana's a Mary Kay lady. I think I see these packages from Mary Kay showing up from. I'm told the makeup remover is to die for. So I'm told. All right. Don't look at the comments. Don't look at the comments. Do not look at the comments. Let's see. I don't know. I see Kenny talking a little bit. That's always suspect. Man, Kenny's talking about Gina Carano. What the fuck is he doing? Kenny writes, how about the chick on Twitter who posted that she said happy Rush Limbaugh is dead day and that she didn't even have time to put up her tree to celebrate it or whatever? Yeah, you're going to get that. You're going to get that. Pulaski, John says Daisy's tongue for the win. Dirk says, I had a 30-minute conference call. I hope I didn't miss anything juicy. Tarantula Farmer's writing a novel. Our society has gotten extremely soft. The last 2 generations have an attitude of entitlement. Oh, here we go. And don't know how to take care of themselves nor their families in a lot of cases. What? The mayor was wrong to post it, but the idea is essentially correct. A few people taking care of the majority. Just saying, he says. I don't know about the blanket statement about the whole society's gotten extremely soft. I think some people are softer and are loud about it. Joey Williamson in the house. I have a close friend in Texas with CHD. I'm really worried about her. For someone to make the comments Boyd made is a very, very sick person. That's true. All right, I'm glad I looked at the comments. All right. Oh, yeah, I think there's apparently, I don't know. I think there is I think there's a dynamic going on between Stevie and Kenny about Rush. Stevie does not like Rush. Kenny's like, hey, man, you can't do that, man. That's pushing it too far. That's pushing it too far, man. Well, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess if you were Rush Limbaugh has said some shitty stuff in the past. So you got to understand this is very fresh on their minds. Okay. And that's part of what I'm going to talk about when I finish the show. All right. Kenny says, dude, stop putting words in my mouth. Oh, sorry. All right. God, jeez, quit yelling at me. All right, whatever. Maybe I'm just trying to piece this all together like a puzzle. I don't know. If you're gonna read my comments, he says, oh, he's pissed. If you're gonna read my comments, then fucking read them. All right, hold on. All right, just everybody calm down. Where was I? I did. I read the one about the Rush Limbaugh. Didn't I read it? You guys heard me read it, right? All right, guys. We're gonna read Kenny's comments so he doesn't yell at me anymore. Okay. Kenny said, replying to Kenny Hinson, Melissa Ross Kulka, Gina Carano wasn't wrong, and Stevie, I think I say it, Quena, thinks it's funny. That's what Kenny said. I don't want to say it wrong. That's what he said. And then it says, yep, I saw that too, Stevie. And then Stevie says, I hated him so much, so yeah, I'm not going to lie. Melissa says, replying to Kenny Hinson, preaching kindness, unity, tolerance, and turning around and celebrating somebody's death shows how full of shit you are. So she was replying to Kenny, but I think she's talking about Stevie. I'm not sure. I don't know. Kenny says, sad. I don't truly hate anyone, even though I disagree with them. This is the evil that is politics. All right. Stevie says, whatever you feel your way, I feel my way. Then he yelled at me, dude, stop putting words in my mouth. You're going to read my comments and fucking read them. I still love you, Kenny. Stevie says, yeah, man, I'm still a little pissed about last night. You called me an idiot and a moron and shit. Well, Kenny, I call everybody an idiot and a moron. What makes you think you're so special? Come on. Melissa's got smiley, laughy faces. Sarah says, hugs. Can't we all just love each other? Replying to Kenny Hinson, I missed all of that. Okay. Well, we all know Kenny. I mean, he's the guy who he hangs on to everything forever. So in about 3 years, this is how it's going to go. Hey, man. Yeah, hey, what's up? You remember 1,000 days ago when you called me a moron? Said I was an idiot? Said I was dumb? I'm not dumb. I'm not an idiot. I'm not stupid. Well, you were then. Oh, you did it again to me, man. You did it again, man. I'll talk to you in 6 years. Oh, my God. Tyler says he's probably also mad he received honorable mention for asshole of the day. Well, yeah, of course. Look, he's right there. You won an award. What the fuck? What do you want? Raise your hand on the comments if you think that Kenny might be a little sensy today. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking we might have a butt hurt meter pegged with zero chance of it lifting off of red line. Oh my God. Man, I haven't been this broken up since your dad had to return that TV. What we gonna do? Oh my God. Oh my God, I'm so hurt. My poor little tinker can't take it, man. Summertime, I remember back sitting around your bonfire making hobo pie. Now look at this, man. You called me a moron because I didn't agree with you about the MMA fighter. My God. We was having s'mores. Rachel wasn't being snarky with me because I was bitching about her driving. Derek was sitting there talking Star Wars and Minecraft and all that other shit. And Kelsey was loving up with your puppy dogs. And now look at this man. We're shelling what we once were. What we gonna do? You fucking dum-dum. Oh, my God. Everybody knows that when I call somebody stupid on Facebook, if anybody takes me serious for anything I say on Facebook, you're a fucking cock. Holy shit. You cannot take anything I say in written form like that serious unless I say, I seriously hate you or something. Unless I actually announce, I'm not being silly here. Assume it's all bullshit. You fucking twat. Shit. Oh, my God. Oh.
I needed a titty in my mouth.
That was weird.
I needed a titty in my mouth.
Oh, my God.
Nice boobs, Kyler.
You think Kyler was hurt when you said that? I didn't. Hey, Kenny, I didn't like it when you said nice boobs.
Nice boobs, Kyler.
All right. Still got to talk about Mars, man. I can't believe it today. It's going down. It is going down today. I'm so stoked about this. Let me get into, though, the Terry writes, I think everyone is a little too serious around here. No, I don't think everybody is. It's not the end of the world. I don't think anybody is really too serious. I'm just giving Kenny shit because it's easy. I needed to kill 10 minutes. So it just so happens that I had a great opportunity. It's great fun when Kenny's going cuckoo bananas. That's when you pour the gas on. Folks, I've been doing this exact same way since about 1980. You sense who's hurt, and then you kick them in the throat, and then everybody else laughs. It seems to work. I've been doing it the same way, and it's worked out great. It's worked out awesome. Thank you. You can't act surprised by any of this, you know? Kenny says, my face hurts from laughing. Well, there you go. It worked out. We got you off the fucking sad bus. Yes, you see? Melissa says, I'm dying laughing. This is all good. Marcy says, Eric called me horny. Oh, I know you're horny. Holy shit. Let's park on that for a minute. There was a time when I was at a Grand Rapids restaurant with a bunch of Zaniacs. And Marcy walked in. And she had her eye on one of the Zaniac boys. She had her eye on the right guy. This guy is single and ready to mingle. And she was like, oh, boy, look at that. I want to climb that mountain. I'm like, what's going on, Marcy? She goes, is that who I think it is? And she said the name. I go, yep. She goes, boy, you're not lying about him. And I go, huh? What? And then she's just sizing him up. I'm like, looking him up, down, back up again, back down. I'm like, oh, man, she is craving some dick right now. And, I'm not sure if she went down that road and approached this gentleman, but I sense an aggressive love maker right there. And I'm telling you right now, if it went down like the way I think it could have gone down, this dude would have been a bag of bones at the end of the night. And he'd have been like, I gotta go home. I'm wore out. I can't handle it anymore. Oh my God. So yeah, that actually happened. I mean, there was I don't know if it was a full moon or maybe one too many. What do they call those things? The drink you drink in the copper cup that everybody was drinking for a period of time. Moscow Mule. Oh my God. I was like, shit. Very aggressive love maker, no doubt. All right. Enough with the comments, Eric. I'm back. This is your email of the day brought to you by Forever Lawn West Michigan. Online at foreverlawn.com/WMI. Candy Crush Linda writes this. Eric, I was just listening to yesterday's Patreon podcast where you talked about other people giving advice to dumb kids when they won't listen to their parents. Little bit of background. I don't know what just happened to me there. Of all people, Kenny was pissed off because, well, you know what? I shouldn't even say that because I'm on the Facebook and I don't want the wrong ears to hear this. Forget that I said Kenny. In fact, I'm not going to say another word. I don't want to get that guy more pissed off at me than he already is. Anyway, you should do this. You should give advice to young people on Cameo. You already have the vehicle. Do it on Cameo. You did it for my son, Josh. You can do it for others, too. It's true. Her son is like brilliant, but he went to college, and she got the impression that he was slacking on the grades. So I had to give this kid a pep talk, and it worked. She said, you can do this for others, too. He's doing much better this semester, from what I can tell anyways. Time will tell. So parents need to pay $15, actually $15.99, to have you tell the kids what's what. It's a great idea. If your kid is being, like all kids are, a total fuckhead, let me do the heavy lifting because your kids aren't going to listen to you anyway. I never do. The second you bring up anything that you want your kid to do, they're going to get defensive and you're just going to get enraged. I can't tell you how many times I've been trying to get through to my kids and they're so dickish about me trying to explain to them and they don't listen to shit I say. So if Jackie's driving, tailgating the car in front of her 1 inch from the bumper, and I'm like, Jacqueline, and I guess that's where I can start here. It's like, how can you not understand how terrible this is, that if they even touch their brakes, you're Brad Kozlowski and they're Joey Logano, you're going to kiss the bumper. You don't have the reaction time. You got to stay much further back. Why is this such a problem? She won't listen to me. You got to have somebody else tell her, okay? Like if I had a friend who was a cop and said to her, yeah, you drive way too close, she might actually listen to that advice. Stand by. Won't listen to me. So I am the voice that's going to tell them what you want me to tell them. All you need to do is give me the variables, the circumstances. Okay. You can do that. And if Cameo doesn't, it only gives you like 250 spaces to send your message. You can send me an email with any of the follow-up. I want to do that. I want to talk to your kids. And if they're young kids and you don't want me to swear, I won't swear. I'll keep it above board. I had some the other day that said, hey, I want to make sure that you talk to this person. Do not say these particular words. Do not say the F word. Do not drop a GD. I don't drop GDs. Usually if I do, it's an accident. One of my drops might say it, but I don't. Yeah, you can give me that type of advice and or guidance. And yeah, no problem. I want this to happen. That's your email of the day brought to you by Forever Lawn West Michigan, online at foreverlawn.com/WMI. Okay, today's the day that we are landing the Mars Perseverance rover on the red planet. Okay? Hold on a second here. Mars Perseverance landing. Here's what you need to know. You can watch the 7 minutes of terror. That's the amount of time when that bugger starts to enter the atmosphere, and then at the end of it, it lands at, I'm not kidding you, 1.7 miles per hour onto the surface of Mars. Right now, the capsule with this big-ass heat shield and the vehicle, size of a car, inside of it. Okay? It's going to go into the atmosphere, screaming through it 12,000 miles an hour. As it gets close, it jettisons a big-ass parachute, supersonic parachute, slows the capsule down to 950 miles an hour. While it's descending, the heat shield is kicked off. Right away, the robotics start to analyze the ground, okay? It can steer itself. There's no one controlling it on Earth. This is all programmed to do this. You know those little jets of air you may have seen on like Interstellar, or that's used to maneuver this thing, okay? So the devices are looking at the ground. They want to land this thing inside of it's called Jezero Crater. It used to be a lake. There's a delta leading into this lake where they're most likely, if there is going to be life there, and by the way, not only past life, but they're also considering the fact that there may actually be something alive on Mars, like right now, which I didn't know that until today. They're not just looking for ancient life. They're looking for something alive now. And the best place to find it is in the delta of a lake. Makes sense. You know, all the sediment getting kicked up years ago, whatever. Best chance that something burrows in the ground and is able to survive the radiation because it's way down deep, something microscopic, very, very small, and has adapted its what it consumes to be able to live. It's underground. My God, it's amazing. So this thing's floating around over this lake bed, and they're like, okay, now it's got to land. Again, Mission Control is not controlling this. And you, by the way, can see all this. You're looking at Mars get closer and closer and closer with all these cameras and microphones. You're going to be able to see it real time. Holy shit. And then the thing, as it's getting ready to get to the spot, what it wants to do, it's got to slow down even more, dump the parachute, and out comes flying the propulsion module and it's holding on to the rover. The propulsion module starts shooting, retro-firing rockets all around it to slow it way down. Now it's coming in like one of those freaking Falcon Heavy rockets, but it's like big, like a giant RV, okay? And it's firing the rockets, getting closer and closer, and then the damn cables lower the rover down. And at 1 mile an hour, 1.7 miles an hour, touchdown, gentle. And then they deploy the cables. They're cut loose. The rocket takes off, crash lands. The freaking flying RV lands. Doesn't matter. That thing's done anyway. We don't need that. And then they're in business. Then they are in business, man. That thing, it has, not only does it have a helicopter, it's got a helicopter on it that can fly around and look at Mars. But the cool thing are the drills. They've got all sorts of robotics that now they're in control. Mission Control can now move this thing around. And the concern is when they land, if you land it with like two of the wheels on the edge of a cliff, the other two not, and then it falls down and then it's done. You have $2.5 billion or however much it costs is down the tubes. History. But if it lands okay, then right away they can start their work. There's these drills that actually drill into the soil. Like before, they would just grab a scoop of dirt, okay, and then try to analyze it that way. That's not what they're doing here. They're drilling deep into the soil, way deep, and getting a sample. And then this thing has the dexterity to take the sample and put it into a fucking test tube, like a container, and then store it. Bad news. We can't get a look at those samples for another 10 years when it's retrieved. And I don't know how they retrieve it, but the mission takes a long time, first of all, for all the work that they're going to do. But we're not going to get a look at the soil for 10 years. That's the one thing I was like, oh, fuck. Are you serious? Well, I mean, I want them to dig and then be able to see like a worm or something. I mean, you tell me we got to wait 10 years now to find out if there's something there? So I'm going to be 60 years old? So that kind of sucks. And I'm not even sure how they get that thing, the rover, back. I mean, do they have to land and then like actually land on Mars and get it? Is that what the plan is? I don't know. It's at this point that I'm exhausted on knowledge on it. I have nothing more to share with you other than I'm really, really excited about it. It is expected to land at 3:55 today, this afternoon, Eastern time. 3:55 Eastern time is when the Mars rover will land. I have links here in the comments of the audio podcast about how to watch this live. And I promise you tomorrow, I will have audio of nerds screaming and yelling and hooping and hollering like they just won the Super Bowl if this thing lands successfully. Or you'll have them going, fuck, if they screw it up. Because the biggest and brightest minds in the world are just with fingers crossed, like, oh my God, can you believe it? So the countdown is on. In fact, right now, if you were to search online, they actually have like a pregame show, like at a desk, just like the Super Bowl, of these guys talking about what they're going to do and what can happen. And, you know, basically nerd pregame stuff is what's going on. I love this shit. If you're the type of soul who, when you hear this stuff, and what I've just told you, because I've done an expert job explaining it like I always do, if I'm explaining this to you and you're not at least remotely interested in what's about to happen today, what the fuck is wrong with you? There is no way you cannot be pumped and hyped for this after that hard sell on this. This is great shit, man. We're landing on Mars with another amazing, amazing spacecraft. My God. Kenny says it's celestial excitement time. Linda's got her second email of the day on the show. Let's see. Don't look at the comments. Don't look at the comments. I don't know. I think Kenny talking about the teenagers. They're the worst. That's true. Mom, you asked too many questions. Yeah, that's the thing. For some of you parents, you're like, you ask those hard questions, man. Some of you, that's entertainment. Can you imagine? Now, I've never done this, but if you're the mom that says, I need to know, are you sexually active? God, the kid's like, oh, stop it. I think this is a newbie. R.I.P. Rush. Take care. The one positive note through all this is he is not having to deal with the cold anymore, as it is warm in hell. Oh, that's not a positive. That person is not happy at all with him. I'm going to talk about Limbaugh in just a bit. Jeff says, nice sweatshirt. I don't know where I got this. I don't even know what this is. What is Mid-City Supply Company? And why? And I think Joe Martinez left it here. I don't know who the fuck these people are. All right. So today, when I get done with this podcast, I've got the Patreon bonus podcast. Man, yesterday we had a ball on there. It was so much fun. And we are yet one day closer to...
Are we going to be buying another third beer?
The latest edition of Zaniac Zoom Drunken Debauchery. I don't really have a working title for it yet, but the second Zoom in a row, Kevin got drunk, and that led to a lot of laughs. By the way, I haven't seen Nick's name on the podcast this morning. Is he even here? Patriot? I don't even think he's here today. What the fuck is going on? He's always here. Everything okay? Mid-City is a local HVAC and plumbing distributor. That's what I thought. So on Patreon, as soon as I get the audio, the 90 minutes of what was a 6.5 minute Zoom, 6.5 hour Zoom turned into a drunken, hilarious show of Kevin Kuiper's. Pellerito's going to trim it down to, according to him, 90 minutes, and then I'll go over it with a fine-tooth comb, and we will have a blowout Kevin Kuiper's show again.
Fuck off, I'm hammered.
Oh, yes, on Patreon. I will tell you when that show is happening. It is not yet scheduled, but the only place to get it, patreon.com/Eric Zane. That is my paywall. $5 or $10 a month. $5 gets you the whole audio archive. And I have several shows on there. I've got the bonus podcast. I've got the Insane Asylum, which today I owe you on there. The Lost Zane recordings twice a week, Mondays and Fridays. Smarter Than a Former Drug Dealer trivia, and the Ben and Eric Patreon podcast, which includes the Bet on Ben game with Zaniac John from Jennison is going to participate today. And I think that's a reminder for me. If you want to participate on Bet on Ben, which you can win cash, and it's just a lot of fun. It's part of the Zoom, and I need your email. So I need you to email me, like whenever, between now and the start of that podcast Friday night, an email, subject line, Bet on Ben. And then I will include you in the Zoom. Okay. Typically, I would just look at the comments and say, who wants to play on the live stream? And then somebody says, I'll play. And then I just fire off the email. But the comments, for some reason, when the platforms are talking to each other, it doesn't always work. So that's really weird. So if you would just reach out to me ahead of time, eric@ericzaneshow.com on the Shoreliner Striping inbox, I'll then just include you. That's how we'll do it. So John's in the queue. He's going to play. And if any of the rest of you want to play, I'll keep like a list. So let's start that today. Send an email, eric@ericzaneshow.com. We'll use as many, we'll play as many games as time will allow, or if somebody wins. Last week, Patriot Nick won, didn't he? I believe he did. I know I paid him. I know I paid somebody. I think it was Nick. Pretty sure it was Nick. Was it Nick? Kenny? Do you remember? Somebody? I don't know. All right. I've got a managed IT service provider on the show. As you all know, that rhymed. Blue Frost IT. Online at bluefrostit.com. This is a full spectrum IT consulting and support company ranked number 1 in West Michigan for 2 consecutive years. They offer a broad range of services to their clients to ensure all aspects of their network is managed and secure. Now, there's a long list of things that they do. If I just rattled them off, you'd be like, well, what is that? Huh? So let me just focus on this. If your computer at home is slow and garbagey, let them make it fast. Okay? It's that simple. A lot of computers, especially the older ones, have a hard drive that is not solid state. You're going to need a solid state hard drive. So what he does, you can either bring the computer to him or he can come to your place with the solid state hard drive. He's going to hook up a cable to your computer, take everything on your computer that is important, all the data, put it onto one spot, take the computer, take off the cover, take out the shit show hard drive, throw it in the garbage, put the solid state in there, put everything back together, hook the cable up. He's going to press go. All that data is going to go onto the solid state hard drive. He'll explain to you why the spinny, disky silver thingy is such garbage and why it slows down. And then he'll explain why the solid state is so damn fast. After he's done, he leaves. You turn on your computer and you're back to looking at porno, lickety split. Okay? Fast as can be. I'm just kidding about the porno. I might not be. It depends on you. BlueFrostIT.com, 616-200-8550. Locally owned, great company. Reach out to them for anything tech-related at Blue Frost IT. Thank you to the Kent County Health Department. Everything you need COVID-related, access kent.com/health. I was just talking with Dirk from St. Petersburg, Florida. Is that where you're from, St. Petersburg? I can't remember. What did you say on that intro? Clearwater. You're from Clearwater, the home of Scientology. Dirk was just, he said that he wishes he was in Kent County so that he could communicate about all the COVID things directly, because he is in lockstep with all of the mask mandates and the vaccine. So do like Dirk and call upon the Kent County Health Department, accesskent.com/health. They are awesome. They have all the information about the vaccine that is, admittedly tough to get right now, but it is getting better. If you think you have COVID, reach out to them about what to do about getting a test. accesskent.com/health. Last but not least on the show today, BK Guns and Stuff, the gunsmith of choice for the Eric Zane Show podcast. If your weaponry is damaged, needs to be repaired, maybe needs to be cleaned, maybe you want it modified, whatever you want, they do it all at BK Guns and Stuff. Get to their Facebook page by going to my website, ericzaneshow.com, and click on the BK Guns and Stuff logo. Thank you very much to them for being part of this show. Kelsey's been waiting a week now for her $10 from Instagram Instant Trivia. Oh, shoot. Thank you for reminding me about that. Good call. Kelsey's $10. Damn it. I am so sorry about that. You're right. If I ever owe you money, and I occasionally do when people win stuff, just saw a funny joke. You definitely want to reach out to me. Don't be afraid to say, "Hey Zane, where's my money, dick? I want it." It's like, yeah, it's paid for by the sponsor, so definitely. MB Distributing. So Kenny, I will definitely get you that. Nick beat Ben on Friday. Dirk says the masks are as effective as Fallon Fox's vag at reproducing. Oh. All right. So, in the last 24 hours, you've had, I hate Rush Limbaugh. You're terrible for saying that. All right. Let me just start with this. This guy's rise to fame is pretty amazing because everybody told Rush Limbaugh he sucks. And he started in radio in the 1970s, like being a DJ shit, like playing records and taking calls and wacky sound effects and the whole deal. And he was terrible at it. Nobody liked the guy. Most sane people give up. But radio people aren't exactly like that. And he kept with it despite getting doors slammed in his face everywhere he went. He'd work for a year. They'd grow sick of him. You're fired. You're out of here. And so he ended up working for the Kansas City Royals baseball team. And then he started to establish a worldly view of conservatism by traveling to other countries, supposedly, from what I read. Got a radio job in Sacramento, started to do political talk, and then it took off. And here's the thing about Limbaugh. Huge difference in style. And this is all nuts and bolts shit. This has nothing to do with what he felt, what he believes, because it is quite literally along party lines. Liberals hated the guy and glad he's dead. Conservatives love the guy and they're sad that he's dead, and they don't like that the liberals are taking great joy in his death. That's what they're doing. Okay. That's the playing field right now. But what Limbaugh did is he spoke for however many hours a day, every day, alone. Not easy. And he did it by, it wasn't so much storytelling. If you listen to Limbaugh, it's not like he's going to sit there and tell you about trying to make stories interesting from what he experiences on a day-to-day basis. That's what I try to do. That's what I strive for. That's what I'm told works the most. That's the personal adventures side of what I do. But I was always envious of the ability to do that. I mean, if you like, Hannity has guests, and we're going to talk to the Washington Insider. We're going to talk to so-and-so columnist. We're going to talk to Republican conservative leader. He's constantly got people on. It's interviews and dialogue. Limbaugh, not so much. That puts him on a different level of expertise. That is very, very hard to do. He would play clips of people from the left or the right, and like if he would play clips of whatever, frickin' Nancy Pelosi, and then say something about her and how wrong she is. That's the game. That's the game. And he's at a disadvantage. Despite only half the country liking him, imagine that. Only half the country likes him. Potentially, along party lines. He still managed to be the biggest, the most, with the largest audience, the biggest by far. Okay, so that's hard. That's really, really hard. So he's all in on the whole conservative take. And I guess when you're someone like him who believes what he believes, it's quite simple to have the take on the world that you have. And people ate it up, and rightfully so. He should have done what he did. The way he did it was the right way to do it. And I talked about this yesterday. When you have the juice, you can get away with anything. Make no mistake. Rush Limbaugh always knew what he was doing. He always said what was on his mind, knowing full well what it was going to do for him. He knew exactly what it was doing. If he ever said anything shitty and out of bounds, and he did that a lot, that is license to print money. License to print money. For every sponsor that left his show when he did something shitty, all he had to do was let the dust settle. It'll move on by, and then new sponsor in place. That's all you do. And you should do that. You should always do that. If that's how you win, you go with your strength. And this guy had it. Was he an asshole? Oh, 1,000,000%. I did not like Limbaugh in any way, shape, or form. I mean, I take that back. I didn't like him, but I didn't dislike him. I didn't listen. I didn't care enough to listen. The only time I ever listened to Limbaugh was when I was like trying to pay attention to what he was doing from a content standpoint. When I'm like, listen to what he's actually doing and the message that he's trying to convey and how successful he is doing it alone, just talking into a microphone. He doesn't have anybody to bounce anything off of. That's a bitch. Take it from me. I'm learning new things every single day about this, about how to keep the flow going, how to avoid awkwardness. And he was great at it. So I think hated as much as loved. And when it comes to people saying shitty stuff about him, you got to understand the things. Okay, for people that are judging people that are saying saying shitty stuff about Rush, I mean, I wouldn't do it. To me, when a person is dead, it's kind of like the person's dead. If they're alive, it's a different ballgame. But when they're dead, it's a different realm. So for me personally, I don't know if that's a great idea, but that's just me. And you got to understand that these people that hate this guy for what he said, you got to look at the body of work, what he's earned over the years. Does it make it right? Of course not. Absolutely not. I don't agree with that at all. But that's where they're coming from. And I think you need to look at what was said and understand from their perspective, from a person who has that feelings perspective. Just take a step in those shoes to understand why that comes out. It's steeped in emotion. It's all it is. It's emotion coming out from years of this type of dialogue happening, you know? You see, not everybody can be so awesome as me to be able to appeal to this side of people and this side of people. You see, I love everybody, okay? And if I ever piss anybody off, I can bring them right back in by just sweetening them up, man. I can charm the shit out of them. Kenny's case in point. This guy wanted to cut my head off today, and now he thinks I'm the nicest guy in the world. He loves me so much. Okay? All right. With him being gone now, this guy has, now there's a void and well, somebody wants those jobs. There's however many radio stations the guy was on, hundreds. I think there's a person I know who does this for a living who said, yeah, I'm waiting out the next step of my career because I want to see what happens with Rush. And I'm thinking to myself, wait a minute, are you suggesting that you're going to get the gig? There are people right now thinking that they're going to be the next Rush Limbaugh. Can you imagine if the EIB network called your old pal Eric Zane and they said, hey, we want you to fill in for Rush and do all 300 stations? I'm like, well, fuck that. I'm not going to do that. My head would explode. That'd be embarrassing. I can barely handle a stupid podcast with a bunch of dogs laying around me. What makes you think I can handle that? It'd be just ridiculous. Okay. We're going to put the wraps on this show. Yeah, that's right. For Thursday, Thank you so much. Be on Patreon a little later on. Talk to you in just a bit. Thanks again, folks. Don't be a stranger. Send me an email. You, too, can be the Eric Zane Show podcast email of the day, eric@ericzaneshow.com. Send me an email if you want to participate in paintball, all that shit. Have a good one, folks. Talk to you later. Bye-bye. Oh, one more thing. I heard a great Judas Priest song that I'm going to feature on the ride into work. It's one I haven't heard. Judas Priest from an old album, the same album that Living After Midnight is on, called, what is it called? You Don't Have to Be Old to Be Wise, is I think the name of it. And it's awesome. Oh, my God. Rob Halford crushes it. Okay, have a good one. Bye-bye.